This is KGW News at Sunrise.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for getting up with us to start your Saturday. I'm Brittany Falkers, and topping headlines this morning, 3 teens charged with killing a man in St. John's face a judge. The new details we've learned about what led up to the shooting. Plus, a string of break-ins in Northeast Portland, what the thieves stole or destroyed, including one very sentimental item. But let's start things off with a check on your Saturday forecast with Vanessa Paz. Good morning, Vanessa.
Good morning, Brittany, and good morning, everyone. I want to say it's good to be back. I know Brittany was off for a week and I was off for a couple of weeks. We got some nice needed rest happening and returning to Portland. Of course, we are approaching our last weekend of October, and I have good news. Over the next 7 days, we are looking pretty nice. I'll get more into that in my full forecast. But right now, satellite and radar composite shows that system that kind of gave us a little bit of rain yesterday afternoon has completely swept on towards the east, towards the Rocky Mountain states. So good news is we're going to have a center of high pressure kind of just building on it, and that's going to be responsible for some sunny skies later on this afternoon. But in the meantime, we are getting reports of some patching fog in some areas, especially out along the coast. It has cleared up, though. Earlier, I saw a lot of patchy fog building towards the Astoria area. That has cleared, though. And you could see, though, just south of Eugene, maybe towards the Roseburg area, some heavy pockets there. But regardless, it looks like we're already clearing out in a lot of spots. So majority of us are in the 40s and mid to upper 30s, especially out in Washington County. A little warmer in Astoria, 49 degrees. And as far as your weekend outlook goes, well, perfect time to do anything outdoors. Just make sure you bundle up, especially if maybe you still want to hit up those pumpkin patches. 56 is going to be your high today, just a degree warmer for tomorrow. And I'll get more into what the week is going to look like, including Halloween. That's all coming up in my full forecast.
All right, thanks so much, Vanessa. And we are tracking breaking news down in Woodburn. A multi-car crash has shut down I-5 northbound just south of the Woodburn interchange. That's right near the outlet mall there. At least one person has died, so that means investigators could be out there for several hours. So plan your drive accordingly if you are living and driving in that area. Again, the northbound lanes of I-5 are closed south of the Woodburn interchange. Now to our top story this morning, new details in the shooting death of a beloved St. John's man. Court documents link 3 teenagers to a crime spree that includes a home invasion, a carjacking attempt, and the murder of Ricky Malone Sr. The suspects faced a judge for the first time on Friday. As KGW's Mike Benner reports, it made for some tense moments in the courtroom.
As you might imagine, it was an emotional afternoon in the courtroom. We can tell you that 2 of the 3 teen suspects cried. The third showed very little to no emotion, and that did not sit well with members of the victim's family. One man actually yelled at the teen suspect. It goes without saying, this case is heartbreaking on so many levels.
Ricky's going to be very, very missed.
Robert Malone is heartbroken over the death of his younger brother, Ricky Malone Sr. The 65-year-old was gunned down on a St. John Street early last week.
I'd like to get more answers of what happened, why it happened, how it happened.
The Malone family is getting those answers, at least some of them, since the suspects, all teenagers, finally faced a judge. KGW is identifying the 2 15-year-old suspects because they're being tried as adults. Their names, Aaron Criswell and Richard Rand. Court documents indicate the 2 boys, along with a 14-year-old boy, committed a home invasion on the morning of October 14th. They were masked and armed with a shotgun. The boys were spooked out of the house. As they ran from the scene, the boys encountered Malone, collecting cans and bottles, a hobby for him. The teens demanded Malone's car. When he said no, Criswell shot Malone, who later died. Longtime residents of St. John's can't believe teenagers are capable of such a thing.
That's outrageous. I hope they're wrong. I hope they're wrong. I'm fearful, but I hope they're wrong.
KGW has learned that after the killing, the boys went on a joyride, even stopping by a Taco Bell. In fact, video surveillance from the restaurant helped authorities identify the 3 teens suspected in the shooting death of a beloved father and grandfather.
There's young kids that don't know what happened to their Uncle Ricky, and there's got to be a way that we as an adult can explain it to them so that they can go on, and it's going to be tough.
A judge has ordered that all 3 teen suspects remain locked up right here at the Juvenile Detention Center. Not a huge surprise. What is surprising is what the 14-year-old suspect said before he was interrupted by the judge and encouraged to remain silent. He blurted out that he did not want to be released, perhaps an indication of his troubled life. Reporting in Northeast Portland, I'm Mike Benner. Now back to you.
Thank you, Mike. And meanwhile, caught on camera, a burglar on a crime spree in Northeast Portland. He hit a popular restaurant and a wine bar. It happened at Pairings Portland Wine Shop and Bar and at 24th and Meatballs, both on Northeast 24th and Gleason. Jeffrey Weisler owns the wine shop. He says the crook broke in around 6 Thursday morning. He stole $150 and a bottle of wine. Then, get this, he went downstairs and vandalized an urn containing the owner's mother's ashes.
I was so freaking angry. I have a brother and a sister, and we were going to do something with all that together. And now I don't know what to do.
After that, the crook broke into 24th and Meatballs across the street. Cameras caught the guy wandering around before stealing a soda and a cookie. You can see it right there. If you know anything about this case, you're asked to call Portland Police. Well, we've got new details in the killing of 2 dogs in Longview in an apparent case of retribution. According to the Longview Daily News, the Cowlitz County prosecutor has filed charges against Gregory Swanson for killing 2 huskies. The dog's owner says Swanson and his daughter killed the huskies because they believed the dogs had killed their cat earlier in the summer. As of now, Swanson's daughter has not been charged. This morning, several wildfires continue to burn out of control in California. Tens of thousands of people have been forced from their homes and millions are set to lose power this weekend. The Tick fire exploded Thursday as wind gusts reached 65 miles per hour in some areas. The Kincaid fire in Northern California has destroyed nearly 50 buildings, and poor air quality and reduced visibility actually has San Francisco's airport canceling flights. California power companies are warning more power outages are coming in an effort to keep their equipment from potentially starting more fires. Well, from rising temperatures and melting glaciers to an increase in wildfires and summer drought, the impact of climate change is being felt in the Northwest. Experts from around the world gathered recently for the 10th annual climate conference at PSU. This week on Straight Talk, 3 of those scientists, along with KGW's chief meteorologist Matt Zaffino, discuss what we see happening here in the Pacific Northwest. Here's a snippet of that conversation.
Profoundly, we're losing our snowpacks, and snow, I think all of us don't recognize how important snow is as a water resource, particularly in the western U.S. and the Columbia River Basin. Half to 3/4 of our annual water budget is seasonally stored in the snowpack.
Our panel will also discuss what's causing it and what can be done to slow down those impacts. You can catch Straight Talk tonight at 4:30 p.m. To a traffic alert now in Portland, the ramp from Highway 30 to I-405 South is now closed for the next 2 weeks. Here's a map of the closure area. Drivers will have to go north on the Fremont Bridge to get on I-5 and Highway 26. ODOT is replacing some bridge joints on the ramp there, and it won't reopen until November 4th.
Damian, how dare you? The audacity of that man.
Yeah, Damian Lillard is a bad, bad man. He led the Blazers to their first win of the season, beating Sacramento on the road. Led by Dame's 35 points, Blazers win 122-112. The road trip continues tomorrow night in Dallas. Tip-off is set for 4 o'clock our time.